Hey y'all, it's Angie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show y'all some recent thrifted finds that I found. I didn't find all of these items in one trip. This is just over several thrifting trips. And so I'm going to take them and I'm going to style them in my home and show you how I do it. So y'all enjoy. So the first thing I got was this glass container, and it was full of these different pumpkins. They're kind of a muted orange, which I love that. I don't like a really bright orange in my house. If y'all follow me very long, y'all know that I like the muted fall colors and the neutrals. So I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna take them out of this jar, but I'm gonna hold on to this jar and display some other things in it. You'll see it later. And I found these jars. Now I found these all in one shopping trip. There's a small, medium, and a large size, and they've got these cork lids. And so I'm gonna put the pumpkins in one of these jars and display them on my shelf. And then the other ones, I'm just gonna put twinkle lights in and just let them run during the evening so that it can brighten everything up. And it can brighten up my shelves. I really need some twinkle lights up there so it'll brighten it up. But you could also use these in a bathroom, holding Q-tips or cotton balls or anything like that. It would be really pretty displayed like that. To decorate this space, I'm using a riser, and this just helps when you're using objects of various sizes, and it just makes your object appear a little bit taller than the rest. And then I just add in my jars with the twinkle lights and the acorns and the pumpkins. It adds a little bit of texture, and the twinkle lights add that glow that I love. The next thing I found was this cloche. And I love these, and you'll see as I go on with this video that I have a theme, and I'm using a lot of glass because it reflects the light and it makes the little space that you're decorating a little more brighter, which is what I'm looking for on my bookshelves. So I'm going to use this, and then I also found this little orphaned plant holder. I think this has a pot that goes with it, but they did not have the pot at the thrift store. So I got this because I thought that I could use it for something really neat and creative. So I'm going to marry the two like that, or you could turn it over and let it serve as a riser. So I'm going to display something in here and display it on my shelves. For this plant dish, I grabbed my white wax, and I wanted to highlight the little details on the side of this dish. And so I just rubbed some white wax all over the raised areas. But as you can see, it did not do anything to this dish. I'm not real sure why, maybe because it's porous, or I don't know, maybe the color. But it did not do what I wanted it to do, so I decided to just try a whole new technique and see if I could get the desired look that I was looking for. I had this paint on hand. It is called Mineral, and I think I got it at Michael's, but it's kind of a grayish color. It's a little bit gray, it's a little bit beige, and I just painted the whole thing this color, and it covered up some of the dirty stains that were on it. And also, when you're painting something porous like this, the paint almost acts like a stain because it just kind of soaks in, which is what I wanted. And this will allow me to use another technique to bring out the highlights that I want to see on this piece. So for this next part, I did use clear wax. I don't have any video of me applying that, but you want to do that before you use this dark wax. And I want to use the dark wax so that it will highlight these detailed areas, and the clear wax helps you to manipulate this dark wax so that it doesn't stain your piece. So be sure to use that first. And then I just take the dark wax, and I use a paper towel, but you could use a brush, and I just rub it all over the areas that I want highlighted. And then I just take a paper towel and wipe that away, the excess that's on the highlighted areas. Then I just continued this technique all over the highlighted areas until I was happy with how it looked. I'm going to display this cloche on top of that plant dish, so I just added some of my pheasant feathers in here. You could add anything to a cloche that you want to display, but I love my pheasant feathers in the fall. I grabbed my fox hunt print and just leaned it on the back of this bookshelf, and then I put my plant holder there, and then I just put the cloche on top with my pheasant feathers, and I think it displays it in a beautiful way on this shelf. I think it's best to display a collection of items together, so I did have this cloche and I added twinkle lights to this, and then I just took a riser and put my deer antlers on top of that riser just to display them, and then I just flipped this cloche over and put it on top of the antlers with my twinkle lights inside, and it's so beautiful. I think y'all saw this in a previous video, but I really didn't do anything to it but sand it. But I'm ready to use it now in a display. And so I'm gonna use that. This side is what I'm gonna use because I love these pieces that are in it. It's just an old cutting board. So I'm gonna display that on a piece of furniture. And then I also found this lantern, and I have struggled for so long with how to display this because it's kind of tight here. It's kind of hard to get items and objects in here to display. But I think I finally found out what I want to do with it. And so I'm going to show you that too. When I create a vignette in a space, I always start with a base. Cutting boards are perfect for this because they add that warmth and they also add some texture. I add my lantern on top of my cutting board, and having a base just keeps everything contained and neat. Then I fill my lantern with a garland. I got this one at Hobby Lobby. You could use anything as a filler. You could use moss, you could use shredded up music, paper. I'm using the garland because it'll stay neat and contained inside this lantern since it has open sides. Then I add my pumpkins. You could change this out with the seasons and add whatever you like. I love the pumpkins because I love the orange that pops against the black. And then I just top it off with my beads, and it adds some more texture to the space. I found this picture frame recently at the thrift store, and I loved how chunky it is, and I'm on the hunt for more of these so that I can display them on my bookshelves. But I knew that this will be perfect on my end table, and so I just cleaned the glass really well with my Norwex cloths. I had a picture of our daughters printed at CVS, and then I just took that picture and added it to the frame, and I just love how this looks. It has the black in it that ties in with the lantern, and it's just chunky enough. I added these thrifted vases that I found a few weeks ago, and then just added my deer antlers. Well, that about wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a comment and also give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel out so much. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at Our Contented Home. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.